Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Wednesday, the 2nd of August 2023, and later today I'm flying off to UK for 3 weeks. But before then, look what we've got here. We've got the Warhammer 40k 1/8 scale action figures by JoyToy. We've got the Honour Guard, Ultramarines Honour Guard. Not in order, as you can see. We've got the Honour Guard Chapter Champion, Honour Guard 2, Honour Guard 1, and the Honour Guard Chapter Ancient. Very nice looking figures. Look to be very, or at least superficially similar to the Victrix Guard. And I'll do a comparison with the Victrix Guard version 1 later. Version 2 is yet to be released, but I'd imagine soon, probably or possibly when I'm away in the UK. This is going to be fantastic. So have a quick look at the boxes. Good look at the figure on there. Looks nice. Has to be said. Just comes with 2 pairs of hands, sword, the sheath, and his backpack. Looks very nice on the champion. On number 2, he has the axe and the gun and his cloak. 2 pairs of hands again. It appears that number 2 and number 1 are going to be the same, just some minor details. So like the pauldrons. Ooh. The pauldrons will be different axes and look the same, gun looks the same, but that's okay. More the merrier. And then this very unique shaped box for JoyToy. This rather high one with the standard inside, which does look good. Now, I'm hoping that these guys come with bases, because most of the new releases do, not all. The bases are not shown on the back because that standard is going to be heavy. It's going to unbalance this guy, even with his big feet, I would imagine. Okay, I'm going to box them, set them up. If you like sort of content, consider joining the Patreon. It's free for 7 days. You're going to see everything as soon as it's uploaded. No need to wait around 2 days, 2 weeks, 3 months, etc. And it does take that long sometimes to publish stuff. Link in the top right of your screen. Now, you can cancel any time in the first 7 days and will not have cost you a penny, and it is reasonable anyway. So do check that out. Okay, let's set them up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. And here they are. They do look good. And the inking is most definitely back on these guys. You can see it very strongly in the faces, particularly where they've got the grills or the lines. Also in the feet, it can be seen quite clearly too. They all come with 2 pairs of hands, and that is left and right fist, which I'm not going to show. And they come standard right trigger hand, left gripping. The other pair they come with is the right gripping and left trigger. Really, really nice. We'll go look at the details in a second, but first of all, check out that. Look what he's on top of. Hopefully that is a prophecy of what's to come, because everyone's looking forward to more Xenos. Okay, whether it's going to be Tyrannids or Elder or whatever else, we will see. Or Gene Stealers. Okay, so let's look. So I have rearranged them to Honour Guard 1, 2, Champion, and Standard, the Ancient. So here is our Honour Guard 1. Very, very nice. Check out that detailing. Very good indeed. Lovely inking. I'm loving the gold on the pauldron there. Also the gold on the backpack. This pauldron is obviously different. Lots of details on there. Looks absolutely fantastic. Very, very popping. The inking is great. You can see on the face there. There's also on the gun. The chest, you can see the inking on the gold parts, the silver parts. Very, very nice indeed. And check that on the handle. That looks fantastic. Number 2, Honour Guard. So, chest is slightly different. He has got the Ultramarines sort of symbol there. Head is the same. Gun and axe are the same. That's not a problem. Pauldron appears to be same on one side and different on the other. Let me just check that. Is that the same? It looks the same. Just have a double check. No, they are slightly different on the pauldrons, or the same thing at a different angle perhaps, which is nice. Slightly different on the waist piece. He's got more seals than the number 1. The shin part is different as well. Very cool. And this one, you can see that his hand is not particularly well into that socket. That one was actually quite that was loose coming out when I took him out of the box. So I've had to force that in a bit. I might have to hot water treat the wrist later, push that in, but at least the hand is staying in now. He does look great. The champion. Again, different chest piece. Lovely helmet. I wish the sort of the laurel part was a different colour, but it looks good. Inking even on the mohawk part. Again, there's inking and shading going all around here. I'm glad they've brought that back. I didn't change his hand. He's got a trigger hand there with his sword. Holds his sword. So this sword is new, I believe. This one we've seen already. I'm pretty sure we have, but this sword looks new. Lovely on the pauldron there. Ultra. Very, very cool. Fantastic looking figure. Oop, just move the camera a little bit. Okay, and the last one, the ancient. Now, they all come with bases, but the standard bearer can actually stand up holding the standard without a base because his joints are quite stiff, but that base is going to want to move around and move his wrist joint a lot because it's quite heavy. I love the fact that these things here are loose. Actually not, you know, not molded, but actually loose to dangle, which adds so much more to it in my humble opinion. The standard is absolutely fantastic. Our presence remakes the something. Ultramarines. Very, very cool. Just turn it around. See, it's so heavy it wants to come out his hand. One thing to note, the hands are very stiff fingers again on these ones, which is a bit of a shame, but I guess that makes sense for this guy, at least holding onto the standard. Looks good. Different helmet again. Nice sword. Nice pauldrons on both sides. Very, very cool indeed. So I'm going to look at articulation on just one, because it should be the same for all. They are basically the same figure, just a few minor details. I will look at, I think, probably the champion. Let's get him here first. Just take his swords out. Okay, get his joints straight. Now he will have probably the least articulation in the actual head. Okay, so let's start. First of all, nozzles do twist on the backpacks. Head very small forwards and backwards. Side to side's pretty good, and he can turn. But the mohawk does get in the way a little bit. Shoulders stiff, but they can go all around. So he's getting stuck on his scabbard there. Okay, lateral raise is absolutely terrible. I mean, that is just, sorry, JoyToy, that is a big failure on the lateral raise. She's done something about that. There appears to be a shoulder roll in and out. I'm not sure if that's the actual. There you go. There's a small bit of movement on the shoulder, not the same as the butterfly joint we've seen previously. Bicep bend, he's getting 90 degrees more if you get the angle right, and he can twist on the bicep. Wrist is the double barbells all directions, but those shoulders are really destroying his there's the motion I'm looking for. Lots of motion on this one that he's not getting on this one. This one's a bit stiff, so he has got the butterfly joints there. Trunk, really good forwards, backwards, side to side and turn. With the waist, fantastic forwards, amazing backwards, and side to side is good too. Hips, that's as far as he'll go before sculpting gets in the way. Forwards, it's not great, but it's okay. Backwards, about that far before it goes out to the side. Thigh twist, double kneecap, not ugly knees underneath, which is a nice one, but he's getting 90 degrees in the bend. The foot is a ball joint of double barbell, so he gets a small turn, gets a swivel, gets a tippy toe, a dorsiflexation, and he gets a toe bend. So let me just quickly pop his weapons back in his hands. Okay, I put him up. It just seems a bit funny that he doesn't have a cloak, but the other three do. Cloaks get in the way. We've all seen The Incredibles and what happens with cloaks and superheroes. So let's put a bit of space there. He's hiding behind his bulletproof banner, I guess. Bit of space here. Bit of space here. So if I get one of the original Victrix guards from JoyToy and stick him here for now. Obviously this is not the same as an Honour Guard. We've got new Victrix guards coming out. Should be shortly. Color wise, the blue is a little bit different. It seems a bit, I want to say, not lighter, brighter maybe. Not lighter, but maybe a bit brighter on the new Honour Guard. Looks better on the Honour Guard than the Victrix Guard, if you ask me. And it's a minor difference. It's not something you're going to notice straight away, unless you're sort of looking like I am now. Inking is about even on both. Probably a little bit heavier on the Victrix Guard, because they're doing a lot heavier inking now. But they do match together. They do look nice. The differences are, a lot of it is the gold trim. So you look at the backpack, he's just like... he's got gold on the silver, sorry, on the sort of nozzle parts, and these guys got gold on the nozzle parts. Let's do another comparison. Also, sorry, let's talk about the faces as well. It's not the same head sculpt. If I take this guy here, see on the Honour Guard, the sort of wings on the head go higher, and the gold is also a different colour, which is a shame. I wish the gold matched. But they do look good together. Now let's compare to a big boy. This is just a release, recently released and reviewed by me. Well, not released by me, but released by JoyToy, reviewed by me, the Terminator Captain. Let's get him to stand up first. You see that he is massive in comparison. The blue is still not quite matching, which is unusual. His blue is probably closer to the Victrix Guard blue, where the Honour Guard blue is again slightly brighter. I think the Terminator Captain is amazing, just that it looks a bit too cartoony with that head, in my opinion. But they do all look good together. Worth getting these 100%. I have a feeling that they'll be releasing a lot more stuff while I'm in UK for 3 weeks, and I'll come back and have a big load of toys to open and review and make lots of videos. But I'll be behind the rest of the reviewers, since I'll get mine about, well, 3 weeks later, up to 3 weeks later. But these Honour Guard are nice figures, it has to be said. Okay, this is Awesome Toy signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next video. Check out the Patreon link in the video description below. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.